Hey guys, Pixie here. A couple of months back I did the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and I was talking to a friend who said they really enjoyed the video and thought it might be a good idea for me to do more video uploads for my blog. So I'm going to give this a go. If it's really boring, I do apologise. I do find it difficult with the blog to know what best to talk about. Yes, it is my blog, but it's written so that other people can kind of get a feel for what it's like being a 20-something-year-old disabled pixie. Although I'm pretty sure there's only one of me out there. But you get the gist. So if there are any queries or questions, or you've ever just been interested at all, you can always just leave me a little comment or something and I can see if I can try and answer it in the next blog or video, depending on how popular this one is. As it is December and very late in December, I thought we would do a sort of Christmas themed blog upload tonight, because there are a number of what I like to call winter demons that come along with this time of year. Anyone that knows me will know I'm a complete Christmas junkie. I love it. But as we go along, you will perhaps see why some people think that I'm a bit crazy, considering it is the worst time of year for my condition. Just in case any of you haven't read the blog, my condition is cerebral palsy. Saying that like everybody knows already. First thing to probably mention is that this time of year it's quite normal for me to be in pain pretty much constantly, and not to sound dramatic, I'm not saying it's agonising pain all the time. It's usually more of a dull ache, I suppose is the best way to describe it. Believe it or not, it doesn't help that the temperature keeps fluctuating. I suppose it's the same with anything. If it stayed cold, my body would sort of become immune, adjust to that particular temperature, and then the pain would sort of ease. But because it's sort of been up and down, at least in Wales anyway, my feet and my body sort of go through days where it's like, oh, okay, today's a pretty normal day, so the muscles are fine, and then the next day it could be absolutely freezing, and what happens is like anything when it's cold, my muscles seize, so movement becomes very difficult, which not only is painful, it slows me down, and I'm very stubborn, so that frustrates me more than anything. Also, I'm more prone to muscle spasms at this time of year, so I've already warned my colleagues that I am prone to performances like Michael Flatley, without any sort of control. So I've already promised them, if they think I'm kicking them into the table, I'm not. not intentionally anyway. So yeah, I'm laughing about it because to me it's funny, but it's very frustrating. And yeah, it can be quite painful because my legs will just move and sort of spasm is the best word for it, of their own accord, and I could be stood up, so as you can imagine, in sort of public situations, that's more embarrassing than anything else because I'm quite a proud person. And the other problem I have is I'm very stubborn, so it doesn't matter that my body, my legs thinks you need to slow down, Jordan. Oh no, Jordan is still going 100 miles an hour, which is probably why I'm still recovering from the last time that I tried to prove myself wrong. But if you don't push your own boundaries, you don't always know what you're capable of. At least that's my excuse. So that's the main and probably most obvious drawback of this time of year for myself. There are several others. Now, I didn't think about this until last night. Last night I spent 4 hours baking. I love baking. Absolutely adore it. Not sure that's the right word. Anyway, yeah, but standing for long periods of time, same as anything, my legs seized, and I was like the Tin Man trying to walk up the stairs last night. I've woken up this morning, still a bit achy, so not great, but it was worth it because everybody seemed to enjoy, or at least they said they did. So, so yeah, that's another thing. There's tasks that you perform this time of year, like baking. I mean, I bake quite often, but I don't normally have mass baking sessions like you would for Christmas, birthdays, etc. So that's one that I thought of last night. Yeah, it's a difficult one for me because, like I said, I still want to go 100 miles per hour. I get up in the morning and it's hard to try and explain, but with myself and other people that have cerebral palsy and quite probably like similar disabilities, the messages from the brain to my legs, they do get there because I can walk, but what the doctors usually say is they take a different path, so it takes longer. So I'm telling my feet that I want to move, but they're not actually doing it when I'm telling them to do it. It's like a delayed message, like when you're talking to someone, sort of, and you can hear yourself, but they are replying later. It's a bit like that. So I can get up in the morning and I can stand up, and like those cartoons where they're still completely and utterly straight, just fall flat, face plant. Yes, I've had many mornings where I've met the carpet, but you just dust yourself off and you pick yourself up and you carry on. I try and think of it as it's another morning where I've woken up. So it's a good thing, all in all. The other big thing to say, and obviously I can't say that this is the same for everybody with my condition, but I'm just giving you a perspective. But myself personally, I've done all my Christmas shopping. It's ready. I did most of it online because I work full time, and I spent most of my free time socialising. So yes, I've done all my Christmas shopping, but I will still be having a little mooch around the shops whenever time permits, because I'm a girl and that's what I do. But it is December, and that means one thing, and that is crowds, and they petrify me. They're just so horrifying, and I can't believe I'm saying all of this. I'm very analytical when it comes to my condition. When I'm doing something, there's got to be stages, like a list, a process. particularly when I'm going out and doing things. That's not to say that I don't like surprises, because I do like surprises. I'm probably one of the biggest kids going. But for instance, if I am going out shopping or going out for a coffee, I like to know where I'm going and kind of how I'm getting there, because there's a lot of planning involved. This is all going to sound really daft, but I can fall over thin air. The thinnest of thin air. I am there. It's so funny. It's painful. When I was younger, we developed the saying where my dad would just say, what are you doing down there? I'd be like, just getting up, Dad, because it was so common. So falling isn't a big issue for me. I've fallen over so much in my little life that I very rarely hurt myself. Very rarely. And if I do, then I've really taken a fall. So it's not the fall so much, it's the embarrassment. I've already said I'm a very proud and stubborn person, so it's the thought of somebody seeing that, because to me that is it's a weakness. And I know that's going to make me sound really, I see that as a personal weakness. It's a manifestation of my condition, and I try really hard not to show it. So falling it's more the embarrassment, and it should be the other way around. I should be more concerned about hurting myself, and I'm not. So anyway, I digress. Well, I kind of don't, but the reason why crowds is such a big problem is because I'm more likely to get jostled, to get pushed, to trip over even more thin air, or somebody's bag or foot, or so I don't particularly like putting myself in situations that increase my risk of embarrassing myself. Silly, I know, but there we go. So I hate crowds, but I will still be going out and visiting the shops. I'm just very aware of my space, and if I spot a clear line, I zip through. It just makes me very anxious, very, very nervous. There's one more thing which perhaps may be obvious to some, not so obvious to others, and that is it's party season. And that makes me very nervous. I'm sat here talking to possibly quite a few people, and I'm about to tell you that I am a very not confident person. I probably don't give myself enough credit sometimes, and don't always think very highly of myself, and there's a number of reasons for that, of which some of you can probably guess. So I'm not very confident. I'm extremely self-conscious. Now, in my last post, I did say that that was getting better, and it is. a lot more comfortable in my skin now at the age of 24, almost 25, than I was a couple of years ago. And I have a lot of people, a lot of situations, and a lot of things to thank for that. But I don't think I'll ever be one of these super confident people, because there is always things that knock me, and it sounds daft, but it's just the way that it is. I try not to let it show, and hopefully it doesn't. So yeah, but being very self-conscious, it takes a lot for me to decide that I am going to go out. Now, once I'm out, that's it, you had it. I am Party Pixie. Find me on the dance floor. I'm there. But it's actually getting there, that's the problem. It's actually, I was thinking about this the other night, and the last couple of times I've been out, I've actually worn clothes that would probably show off my legs more than hide them. Skirts and sort of, well, I say skirts, they were meant to be mini skirts, but as I'm 5'0", they were a decent, just above the knee length, more fitted sort of disco pants, that type of thing, and felt pretty good about myself. So, it's not been too bad. But the biggest thing that I have, and I know that there's people watching this, particularly ladies, thinking, yeah, we all have trouble finding outfits to go out with. I know, I'm not saying that I'm any different. The difference in some respects comes in for me, outfits are about the whole look, so it's not just the clothes. I love the jewellery, my hair's gotta be nice, I usually do my nails, and then the dreaded last, the shoes. I hate shoe shopping. Hate it. Have done for years. It's never changed. I've never really accepted it. But I am one of 4, 5. There's 4 if you don't include me. And I have 2 sisters. Both are younger. And we used to go shoe shopping for school together. Quite often, yes. Because they could wear anything. Anything at all. Now, when I first started being old enough to kind of like shoes, it was all heels and, pretty stupid, like that nobody would ever really be able to walk in, but they could wear them, and that's all that mattered to me. So my sisters would be able to pick out shoes really easily, and I would be stuck with boots. And I don't mean the nice boots that we get now. I mean the really chunky clog hopper type, stomp around manly boots, which obviously did make me feel very feminine, which added to my lack of confidence, I suppose. And then came a time when the dolly shoes were in, and I thought, hooray, we're in here. No, I can't wear those either. There's just not enough support. Most people's feet are a 90-degree angle. I say most people because I know Even people without my condition can have foot disorders, so yeah. Mine aren't. I generally walk slightly on my tippy toes, which means that obviously a shoe would be designed to sort of be worn like that, and I would walk like that. And there's no ankle support or heel support in a dolly or generally flat shoe. So I can wear those either. Oh, the heartbreak, the heartbreak. And I have to say that I still go into shops now and think, I wish. I really wish. But it's just one of those things. But shoes finish an outfit, so finding an outfit is one aspect, finding the right shoes is another, and if I've wound myself up about something, there is no chance that I'm going out because I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right. I have managed to find in the last few years shoes with either very, very small heels that are quite square, which means they're quite flat, which I can actually walk in, both sober and less than sober, which is impressive because, like I said, thin air is hazardous to me. So yeah, very very big thing to be able to find shoes like that. I've also discovered emus because my feet are stupidly sensitive to the point where I cannot walk around in bare feet or just socks. I get this is obviously, but just showing you, and the skin under my toes, where my toes sort of meet the foot, that actually sort of splits, and it's like having paper cuts under your toes, and that's just walking around with nothing on. So I used to have to wear boots from basically when I got up in the morning till I went to sleep. Now I'm lucky and able to put these bad boys on, which is a bit more comfortable, and they are quite feminine, and they're very comfy, and they're very fluffy, which keeps my feet nice and warm too, which is lush. So that's fantastic. And because I don't like to leave these videos in negatives, I should say where I lack in shoes, I make up for in handbags and nail lacquer and jewellery and probably several other goody things that I can't think of right now. Yep, so I can honestly say there are plenty of reasons why I should hate this time of year, but I don't. I love it. Absolutely love it. You will find me in the crowds, baking till 1 o'clock in the morning, running around like there's nothing wrong with me. Although, not just my disability in question there. And generally partying the night away. It's all about evaluating what's really important, and the only thing that's really important is that I'm here. I made it after pretty traumatic birth, I'm told, and I'm gonna sure as hell make the most of it. So just have to do that in my own pixie-ish way. I can't think of anything else that I could cover in my little Christmassy themed video. I'll probably think of loads by the time I finish this now. So what I will do is I will wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Eat and drink plenty. Hey, it's Christmas, why not? One thing I will say is when you are out and about, guys, remember that everybody else has the same end goal, and we're all trying to get our Christmas shopping done and run our errands in as little stress as possible. So remember to smile. I know it can be a stressful time of year, but hey, what's a smile? So have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I shall hopefully see you very soon. Okay, bye bye.